Hare Krishna. This is Ms. Charangi coming to you from the Absolute Truth Planet. Today we're going to be watching a DVD by Lord Srila Prabhupada, the new savior of this planet for the next 10,000 years. He's going to be speaking about the pure devotee. In the Christian world, Western world, they don't believe people can be pure. They believe everybody born here is a sinner, which is not true. Because if that was the case, then Jesus was a sinner too. And he's not. He's considered a savior. But he is not the only savior. He's definitely not the only begotten son of God. Because everyone here is begotten by God. No man, woman, animal, cat, dog can produce a human being and have this organism work the way it does but God. So we're all children of God. But there are those special children that represents God like a pure stream. From this personality, they're very rare. I agree, they're very rare. From this pure connection, we can get a glimpse of the power and the glory of God. Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. They're very rare. I agree. It took me like 22 years, really about 10 of those 22 years when I was a young woman, when I was searching to find a pure devotee. And I had to go through some bogus gurus first to even get to him. And when I found him, the moment he started, tried to pull me away from him. So it's not easy to find a pure devotee. It's not easy to stay with him. But once you find him, you have found they call summa bono of life. You have found the real truth and the real path of going back to Godhead once you connect to a pure devotee. So I want you to listen closely. Take notes if you have to. By Lord Srila Prabhupada, what's so special about this Savior is a lot of his teachings were captured by video, by tape recording, his books, DVDs. So he's much more pure mercy. He's like the sun. He's just puring mercy. You can put Lord Srila Prabhupada's name into any search engine and get 1,000 or so hits on him expressing this pure knowledge to planet Earth. So once again, without further ado, the words and pure knowledge from the Savior of this planet for the next 10,000 years, a boy, Chanarana Bindam Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Who is Srila Prabhupada? People often ask. At various times he was known as a scholar, a philosopher, a cultural ambassador, a prolific author, a religious leader, a spiritual teacher, a social critic, and a holy man. He was not one of those modern entrepreneurial gurus who come to the West with slickly packaged, watered-down versions of Eastern spirituality, promising instant well-being to anyone who could spare $50. Srila Prabhupada was rather a true holy man, one who could be called an acharya, which means a spiritual master who teaches by example. After arriving in the United States in 1965 at the age of 69, Srila Prabhupada formed the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which developed into a worldwide spiritual community with hundreds of ashrams, schools, temples, and farms, and with thousands of dedicated disciples who made Hare Krishna a household word. To have achieved all this in only 12 years was remarkable. But before he passed away from this world in 1977, Srila Prabhupada had also written and published over 80 volumes of translation and commentary on the great spiritual classics of ancient India. His books were welcomed with great critical acclaim by the Western academic community and by scholars from India as well, and they became standard texts in almost every university and library around the world. Srila Prabhupada had also succeeded in transmitting the profound wisdom of the ancient Vedic culture in a form and style that was clearly understandable to the average modern man. He could somehow explain even the most difficult philosophical concepts to people who were totally unfamiliar with the complex Indian religious tradition. Srila Prabhupada circled the globe 11 times between 1966 and 1977, and everywhere he went, he taught the same basic truths, the fundamental principles of religion that constitute the cornerstone of spiritual understanding for everyone, no matter what their nationality or religion. Srila Prabhupada was, more than anything, a teacher, a professor emeritus of the science of self-realization. And he was the best kind of teacher, because he always lived up to what he taught.
They also say that no one can ever be pure, that everyone is doomed to be a sinner.
That is Atmavat Mannate Jagat. That is the conditioned soul's qualification, that he is a fool, he thinks other fools. Everyone, he thinks he is like me. So that is nature. Atmavat Mannate Jagat. Everyone thinks others like himself. If he is a fool, he thinks all are. So these things are no argument. Somebody has seen God. How do you take the statistics? Can you say like that? Any statistics that nobody has? Maybe you have not seen him or has seen God. That is quite possible because you have not studied all the men of the world.
Yes.
Then how you can say nobody has seen? You have not seen the man who has seen him.
So the
He
man,
will not admit his fault. He will accuse others. Nobody has seen that. Why? You may not have seen, but why you say nobody has seen? You have not seen that person who has seen God. Therefore you say like that. Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The child is changing his body to baby. The baby is changing his body to boy. And the boy is changing his body to youthhood. Then, in this way you are changing body. That you have got experience. You had a child's body, you remember. Or you had a boy's body, you remember. But the body is no longer existing. But you are existing. Therefore, the conclusion is that when this body will be no more fit for existing, we shall have to accept another. This is called tatha dehantara prapti. So we have to change. That is nature's law. The soul is immortal. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit, na hannate hannamane sarire. The soul is not finished. Simply a particular type of body being finished. No. The people do not know it. And because they are simply engaged in sinful activities, their brain has become so dull that they cannot understand this simple truth that as you are changing body in this life, therefore you change this body to another life. This is very simple truth. But at the advancement of material civilization, we have become so dull and rascal that we cannot understand.
Well, Hare Krishna again. Okay. I hope everybody enjoyed that piece of absolute truth, transcendental knowledge by His Divine Grace, a boy, Chanarana Vindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, taking what he says, especially about the spiritual master and being pure. Because really the secret is to find a bona fide spiritual master in this universe. That is the secret of how to get out of the cycle of birth and death. So I hope you enjoy our segment. We'll be coming to you again December, January, February, every month. I won't miss any more months. October I had to move and started school, college at GSU, Georgia State University, which I'm finding very interesting. I mean, they're charging a whole bunch of money, and they got these kind of off-the-wall teachers teaching us. But as long as they give me the grades I need to get grants, fine. But I learned much more from my spiritual master than I ever will learn from these universities, and it doesn't cost you anything. So come back, check us out next week. Same place, same time, same Savior. Hare Krishna.